welcome from me and Ethan here at the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is the first boys game of the year for these Aces here at the Hilltop. Ethan, we're just going to jump straight into it. What does that first game bring?
Man, I'm hoping it brings some excitement from both the teams, see some good basketball. I know me and you are very excited up here, and we're just hoping to see some good basketball tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a great bridge into maybe just some keys, especially since it's the first game. Some stuff that I've wrote down, kind of like me and Riley did last year, but Riley's not here, obviously. We're limiting turnovers. This is going to be both sides. The less turnovers you have this first game are going to be so important, Ethan. It's going to be, you're getting more shots at the rim. You're able to have more opportunities to score the ball. And when neither team has played a game yet this year, you can't understate how important that is. Rebounding, got to box out, got to get every defensive rebound. Once again, not allow second chance opportunities. Then on the offensive end, crash hard, get those second hand chance opportunities, and get some extra points for your team because you're going to need them. Then stay out of foul trouble. Everybody plays pickup basketball. Everybody plays physical basketball in the offseason. This is the first game of the year. I expect to see a lot of fouling early because it's going to be handsy defense. You're going to want to get all up in them, create a lot of turnovers. The crowd goes wild when there's a turnover and breakaway, but you just can't do that. Got to be careful, got to work through and make sure that your team stays out of foul trouble.
For sure.
Then, Ethan, we cannot not talk about James Walker here for this Wayne City Indians squad. James Walker, coming into tonight, has 997 career points, looking to break through to that 1,000-point marker here tonight. He is an amazing guard, great driver to the rim, does an amazing job of facilitating the ball, and does have the ability to shoot outside to break this team open down low, where they have good bigs in River Tibbs and Javen Loker, who both stand at 6'4" and 6'2" apiece. So, great matchup here for the Aces. We're going to be back in just a minute during the Coach's Pregame Show, sponsored by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. Next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. And once we're back with that, we're going to have the coaches interview and some more pregame show and tell you what we're seeing. So from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth, this is Mount Carmel basketball.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Here we are at the Hilltop. This is the Coach's Pregame Show, sponsored by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing. I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Kyle Buss. Here's that interview. Hello, Max Gerlach here with new boys basketball coach, first boys game of the year, basketball coach Kyle Buss. Kyle, what should we expect from this group of guys this year?
I just hope we have a lot of guys that get out there and play their butts off. The skill development and things like that, I think those, you get some classes that have a lot, some that don't have quite as much, but the one thing that can stay consistent is just working your butt off and playing as hard as you possibly can. So I think that's kind of our goal here as we get started.
Yeah, so on that end, we'll just talk about tonight. Wayne City, I'm actually from there, I'm guessing you remember, but they have a great guard in James Walker. Is there any keys to hopefully taking him away in this first game of the year?
Yeah, I think he's sitting at 997 career points, so he's a 1,000-point score kid. We're just going to try and make things as difficult for him as possible. Try and throw different bodies at him, some quickness, some size, just to make sure he doesn't stay in a groove. And like I said, just try to keep him off balance as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of that press here in this JV game. Is there anything in the varsity game that you're expecting with the press, and do you think it might cause any issues?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the first game of the year for both teams is you just don't really know what to expect. So it's going to be a lot of in-game adjustments, and you just got to hope that you have enough stuff in the first 2 weeks of practice installed to be able to put your guys in positions to be successful.
Yeah, and I'll end our little interview on this one. You only really lose one player from last year, a lot of returners from the year before. I know the record wasn't the greatest, but do you expect some growth and improvement from that group of guys?
Yeah, I sure hope so. All of them are a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. Shane's been banged up here from football, but Jack Webb's been a little banged up, so he's not going to play tonight. Jack's going to be out for tonight, and hopefully we get him back for the Capital Classic. But so we'll be a little limited, but we do. We bring back everybody but one starter. Only graduated one senior last year, so there's a ton of minutes to be had, and I just think there's tons of competition for those minutes. Nobody's we had people that started last year that may not be starting this year just because the people behind them are chomping at the bit to get some minutes. So I think our depth is definitely going to be a key for us as we get started to kind of get our basketball legs under us.
All right, thank you once again. I'm here with new head boys basketball coach here at Mount Carmel, Kyle Buss, and good luck tonight.
Thanks. We're excited to get started.
Here we are, Ethan, back and ready for some basketball during the coaches pregame show sponsored by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing. Ethan, we talked about some keys to the game. I'll just give you another one. Peyton Harrison is a sophomore for this Indians team, started as a freshman last year. Silky smooth shooter at 6 foot, really, really solid guard. I think he might pose some problems for this Aces squad. And then we heard in the interview, one of their starters, Jack Webb, has started for the last 2 years, out tonight with some soreness, I'm guessing, and they're hoping to have him back by this weekend's tournament. Do you think that's going to affect them not having one of those key 5 guys?
Yeah, I think it definitely will because, like you said, he's a senior, he's an older guy, so obviously that hurts when you're losing one of your main keys, and he started the past 2 years, but like the coach said, they still need to work and be physical and just be physical on defense, play good defense tonight.
Yeah, and something that he really talked about was just physicality on the defensive end of the ball. Not playing with getting too many fouls, but playing aggressive, having active hands, and really making this team struggle to bring the ball up the floor. Something that we saw in the JV game was this Wayne City team actually likes to press a lot. I think they're going to come out in a 1-2-2, try to speed this team up early, as Wayne City doesn't have football, so they've had a lot more time to prepare for this year, and Mount Carmel, who has football, hasn't just had that same exact time to prepare. So I think this is going to be one of those that it's going to really cause some trouble for Mount Carmel in their first game playing against the press for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. To piggyback off that, they had no football, so Wayne City's going to be fresh. They're going to want to push the ball down the court, and Mount Carmel's going to have to be ready. And I was watching Wayne City shoot, and if you leave them spot up, they're going to knock it down. So Mount Carmel better be ready to play some physical defense, like the coach said.
Yeah, Mount Carmel really does have to be ready. They've got to come out hot tonight. Once again, we'll talk about those keys of the game. They can't turn it over. They've got to rebound. They've got to stay out of foul trouble. And in my mind, they should pick up that first one of the year in this first one against Wayne City. That's going to conclude the coaches pregame show, sponsored by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing. They're located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. Next time you need a tow, call 618-263-3285. And from the Wabash General Hospital broadcasting booth, this is Mount Carmel Basketball.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Do Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at stevefaulknerautomotive.com.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B mobile banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide. But that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WBC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of the Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and
That was a beautiful national anthem, Ethan.
Yes, it was.
We're about to get the starting lineups tonight. They're in memory of co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. We're going to start out with the starting lineup for the visiting Wayne City Indians. That's going to be sophomore number 1, Peyton Harrison, is going to be the first one coming out for him tonight. Next up, junior number 3, Landis Musgrave, one of the returning starters from last year. Then senior number 25, that's Mr. 1000, James Walker, as he looks to get that point tonight. Then is sophomore number 30, that's Cole Tucker. Then senior number 50, River Tibbs. Some size here for this Indian squad, who is a 1A basketball team. They've got River Tibbs at 6'4", then Cole Tucker is 6'3" himself. They're going to get the cheer here from this Indian squad, and then we're hopefully going to get some starting lineups for the Aces. Once again, these are the starting lineups in memory of co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. I don't know if we talked about it much, but there is a key matchup. It's going to be James Walker and Shane Metter. Metter is the engine that drives this Aces squad, was their best player last year, returns as a junior. Then we expect a lot out of Shane Metter this year, and we're going to see if he steps it up in a big way on the defensive end of the ball tonight against James Walker.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be a good matchup.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup tonight, and it's one I'm excited for, and I think that's the matchup of the game for us tonight.
For sure.
Now, we're going to get the starting lineups for the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. First off for the Aces, a junior guard, the man we just talked about, Shane Metter. Another guard, that's going to be the first senior of this group. That's number 5, Elliot Acree. Then at forward, it's going to be another junior, number 12, sharpshooter Owen Blake. Blake was a great shooter for him last year, mixed in starting and off the bench, had some very valuable minutes for the Aces. Then number 25, Rhett Andrews. Andrews is a rebounding machine, Ethan. I don't know how much you've got to see. He was everywhere on the boards. You've got to box him out, and he's going to go score. Then Will Freeland is the newest starter of this group. He's who's in for Jack Webb. Freeland is a tall basketball player. He stands right around 6'5", I think, and he's somebody that you've got to box out. He hustles really hard, and this is going to be the first varsity start of his young career. He's also a senior for the Aces.
Good for him. Good for him.
And once again, these Aces are head coached by Kyle Buss, and the Indians are coached by Jake Talbert. Once again, this is Max Gerlach and Ethan Houston up here in the broadcasting booth. Ethan, it's about time for tip-off.
I'm very ready.
In the circle is Rhett Andrew and River Tips. He's going to tip it back to Metter. Metter's going to get an open layup, and that's the first bucket of the Aces season. Shane Metter for 2. Walker's going to bring it up the right side. He's to be met by Blake. He gets a screen from Tibbs. Good job. Freeland switches over. Walker wanted that 1,000 quick, let one fly.
Yes, he did.
Metter to bring it up. He's going to be guarded by Musgrave. Metter slips a little bit, goes right, tries to spin back. He's going to take it, kicks it out to Blake. Blake for 3. That's long, but that's going to be rebounded by the Indians. Harrison's going to push up the right side, slows it down, in and out dribble, goes, kicks it out to Tibbs. Tibbs over to Musgrave. Musgrave on the right side, hands it off to Harrison. Harrison back to Loker on the left side. He's going to drive in, and James Walker is closer to 1,000. Blake over to Metter. Metter on the left side. They're going to do a man-to-man press tonight. He's got Musgrave all over him. On the left side, over to Blake. He's going to try to set a screen. Blake's going to take it down the baseline. Hits Metter on the back door. Metter over to Freeland. Freeland gets it to Acree. Acree drives down the right side over to Andrews. Andrews out to Blake. Now Metter on the left side. Ace is going from left to right up here from the booth. Metter slips. He's actually fouled by Musgrave. That's going to be the first for the Indians and first of the game.
It kind of looked like they were working on that tip-off. Like maybe in practice they worked on that.
Yeah, that's something that you see a lot now is an offensive tip. When you have somebody that is as athletic as Andrews, he's going to jump up and he's going to end up. Sorry, the student section actually just got warned to step back a little bit. I got distracted. When you have somebody as athletic as Andrews, you can set a screen for Metter. He was who slipped, got that ball, and took it to the rim.
Very good looking play.
Now it's going to be Elliot Acree trying to inbound the ball. If we can finally get the student section corralled, Ethan.
They are fired up just like we are.
He's going to look for somebody. Throws it out to Metter, and Metter's going to bring it up the middle of the floor. He's now guarded by Walker. That's going to be picked by Walker. Walker's going to try to take it to the rim. He takes it on Metter. He's fouled. It's no good. It's on the ground. That's going to be Metter's first. Walker wanted his 1,000th on that steal, but he's going to be fouled on the floor, and it's going to be out of bounds, Indians ball. And Ethan, I would put a lot of money on it that this ball is going to go to James Walker to get it out of the way quickly. Into Harrison. Walker in the corner. Shot fake. Sets his feet. He puts up the 3. That's off short. Rebound Andrew. Acree's pushing it up. Gets it up to Metter on the right side. Metter to be bent by Walker. Tries to get down to Andrews in the post. He has that one tipped, and it's going to be back up to Acree on the right side. Drives in. Puts up the floater hard off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Tibbs. Walker's now going to bring it up that right side, guarded by Metter. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Harrison now has it. Gets it down to Tibbs. Tibbs is fouled, and that's going to be Rhett Andrews' first of the game.
So far, it's been what we've talked about. It's been some pretty physical defense on both sides so far.
Yeah, and knowing this crew from past experiences of seeing them, they like to let people play. They're not going to call it too closely early in the year, and I think this should be a game where we can actually have some physical defense. Tibbs to miss the first one, though. I will say before we go any farther, my dad did coach at Wayne City from the years of 2007 to right around 2013. So 6 years at Wayne City, and I promise I'm not biased. Tibbs does knock in the second one as Acree's going to try to inbound it. He's going to try to clear it out to Metter. Harrison tips it. Metter ends up saving it back to Acree. Acree dribbles up the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Harrison. Going to say he pushed Acree there as Acree tried to kind of hook him behind him.
Yeah.
They're going to clean it up now that I say that I thought they were going to let him play, Ethan. Acre to inbound. Looking for somebody, throws it into Metter, gets it up to Blake. Blake going down the middle of the floor, met by Walker. Metter back over to Acre. Acre shot fake, looking for somebody. He's at the top of the key. Acre over to Metter. Metter has it, gets it down to Andrews on the back door. What a play from the Aces. That's going to make it 4-2 Aces lead. 4-3 Aces lead. That's going to be Musgrave on the right side. Gets it down to Walker, fakes the handoff. Walker's going to let the three fly. That is way short. That's going to be out of bounds. Aces ball.
He's starting to force.
Yes, and what a lot of times you see when somebody's going for that 1,000 mark is they start to end up forcing shots. They get sped up quickly, and they end up not having a hard time scoring that night. Usually once they get it, though, it's all good.
Yep.
Acre Howe has it up to Andrews. Andrews tries to force it to Metter. Metter collects himself. Going to try drive. He puts his shoulder down, puts it up, and that's it. Shane Metter with a tough bucket to get his second basket of the game. 6-3 Aces lead with 5:15 left on the clock. Blake has Metter. Never mind Harrison. Going to try to throw it down to Tibbs. That's going to be a foul on, I think, Shane Metter. That's his second. Ooh.
It's not good for the Aces.
Never mind, they're calling it on Rhett Andrews. That's his second. We will probably not see Rhett Andrews for the rest of this first half. Coming in for him is going to be Brendan Bowser. He's a senior here for the Aces. Walker to inbound it, throws it into Tibbs. Tibbs gets it to Harrison. Harrison on the right side. Going to try to get Walker coming back up the floor. He stops, looking for somebody, guarded by Blake. Going to take it down right, puts up the floater. It's short. That's down. Freeland has the board. Freeland looking for somebody. 2 dribbles, puts it down. Walker tries to pick it, gets it over to Acre. Acre's going to try to bring it up the floor on somebody. He gets it to Bowser in the corner. Acre has on the right wing. He's going to drive back out to Bowser. Bowser looks for the shot, doesn't take it, gets it over to Metter. Metter gets the play from Coach Buss, tries to get down to Freeland, but it ends up in Blake's hands. Back out to Bowser. Bowser can't hold on to it. Acre in the right corner. That's tipped out of bounds as the Aces had a hard time holding position. 4.5 minutes left in the first. Aces lead 6-3. Shane Metter is going to be the one to trigger it in for the Aces on the baseline. Screen for Freeland. They're going to try to get Blake on a 3. Blake now drives, puts up the floater. No good. Freeland tries to grab it. Metter does grab it, tries to save it, throws it into the Indians. Now pulling up the floor is Walker. Walker trying to drive in. Gets it out to Gregory. Gregory tries to drive. That's a foul on Elliott Acre. That's his first. That's going to be another one on the floor.
I think we're going to see Wayne City's offense start to calm down once he hits the 1,000 mark.
Yes, and they're going to calm down. They're not going to force it to him near as much, but I think everybody wants to get it out of the way.
For sure.
Walker looking for somebody, gets it into Tibbs. Tibbs has it tipped out of his hands. It's going to stay Indians' ball. 6-3 once again, just right around 4:13 left. Harrison gets it over to Walker. Walker guarded by Bowser. He's going to try to take it down the right side, drives into the lane, puts it up, no good. Acre pulls down the board. Acre being guarded close by Gregory. Never mind, he backs it off. Acre's going to bring it up the left side. Dribbles over back to the right. Looking for somebody to get that ball to as he's being guarded closely. Puts it up. It's good. Acre gets his first points of the season. Aces now lead 8-3.
That was a good bucket.
Bring it up is Harrison. Harrison's guarded closely by Metter. Never mind, Metter switches over to Walker. Harrison dribbling around the bend, looks for something, has to kick it out to Loker in the corner, throws it off of Freeland's leg. Great rotation there from the Aces in this tough man-to-man defense. Now coming in is Lucas Loker. Never mind, Evan King, I read the wrong name, for the Indians. Walker looking for somebody here quick. Gets it out to Harrison. They're going to just set something up here on the middle of the floor. Dribbles right, spins back left, back over to Gregory. Gregory to Walker. Walker's going to drive. That's 1,000. He scores his 4th points of the game and gets to the mark he's been looking for. Back over to Acre. Acre being pressured by Gregory. They send a trap, gets it back to Metter. Metter tries to get to Blake in the corner. Can't. That's going to be a turnover on the Aces. Now in is going to be Elias Knapp. Elias is going to come in for the Aces and try to make some plays as they're going to take a second to honor James Walker as he hits his 1,000th point. They just got done honoring Walker for his 1,000. Scores now 8-5 as the Aces lead by 3 over the Indians. They just had turned it over, and now Harrison and Walker are going to be the two to bring it up. On the floor for the Aces, though, are Acree, Bowser, Knapp, Dean, Blake and Metter. Walker on the top of the key, gets it over to Keene. Keene back to Harrison. Harrison drives left. Oh my gosh, that is tough, Ethan. He misses that one as Acree comes down with the rebound and is fouled. Harrison split 2 defenders. I was at a loss for words as he took that one all the way to the rack and almost finished it. The Indians are going to rotate 3 new players in as they're going to continue this tough 1-2-2 press, and they're going to continue to try to turn the Aces over in the backcourt. Aces going to clear out Knapp and Bowser as they get it into Metter. Metter guarded closely by Gregory, tries to throw it over to Acree. Acree grabs it, throws it up to Blake. Blake drives in, gets it over to Knapp. He's going to have that tipped out of bounds. Aces ball.
Wayne City's playing some good defense right now. They're all over the place.
This is going to be a defensive game as both teams play a really tough man-to-man where they're flying around and rotating well. We're just under 3 as the Aces lead by 3. Acree gets it on the inbound. Looks for Metter. He's going to drive down. Baseline. That's a tough layup for Acree. He now has 4. Aces lead 10-5. Musgrave gets it up to Gregory. Gregory's blocked. That's going to be out of bounds. Indians ball. Gregory only stands at about 5'9", and he went up on Acree, and it looked like Bowser, who both stand right around 6 foot apiece. Walker now has it. He's going to dribble around on that right side. He's guarded closely by Blake. Gets it over to Gregory. Walker has it guarded by Acree. Walker now on the right side. Couple dribbles in, gets it back out to Gregory. Tipped pass. That's going to be Indians ball, as they say it was last touched by Blake. To inbound it, that's going to be Musgrave. Musgrave into Tibbs. Tibbs hands it back to Musgrave. Musgrave on the right side, down to Tibbs in the post. He puts it up, he misses that. Rebound down, Acree. Elliot Acree going to dribble it up the floor. Good hesitation. He's going to push it up the floor, take it all the way. He's fouled, and he lands hard on the court.
Right now, the Aces are just a more physical team down low. They're getting all the boards and making their layups.
Yes, they're taking it really hard to the rim, and right there, when it feels like they're missing, they're getting fouled on the way up. This is going to be one where another thing that we should have touched on is free throws. Just how important those were. They were huge in the girls' game last night. First one's up and no good. Score's going to remain 10-5 with 2 minutes left on the clock. That's going to be the first Country Financial agent Tia Morgan timeout of the season. We'll be back in 30.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide.
Here we are back from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. It's going to be Elliot Acree at the free throw line. And taking the floor for the Aces is going to be Elias Knapp, Brendan Bowser, Elliot Acree, Owen Blake, and Shane Metter. On the floor for the Indians is James Walker, Landis Musgrave, Kane Gregory, River Tibbs, and number 30, Cole Tucker. He makes the second one to extend this lead to 11-5. Bringing up the floor is Musgrave. Musgrave gets it to Walker. Walker on the left side. Walker trying to work on Metter. Dribbles in, couple spin moves, puts up the tough mid-range. That's off. Bowser goes for it. Gregory goes for it. They're going to say it's a foul on Brendan Bowser. They say he pushed him on the loose ball.
Looks like the Aces are going on a bigger route to keep getting those boards.
Yes, they're going to keep the bigger players on the floor, and when you see a lot of 2A basketball playing against 1A, there's always going to be a size difference. But the Indians go to the free throw line as the new bonus rules. Aces hit 5 fouls. This was installed I think 2 years ago, so it's not technically new anymore, but they're now going to the free throw line, and I'm pretty sure shooting 2. That's Gregory at the line. He misses the first one. His score remains 11-5 with 1:45 left on the clock. Walker is going to come off the floor for the Indians. They send Harrison in for him. Second one's good for Gregory. They're going to get Walker a break, and they're also going to get Gregory a break after that free throws. Number 54, Sam Braddock, comes onto the floor. They're going to try to get it into somebody, get it into Metter, send a trap, gets it up to Blake. Blake, one dribble, has it tipped, but it goes right to Bowser. Bowser throws it off the Indians' feet, and that's out of bounds. Ace is doing a good job of moving the ball around. Just right there, maybe one too many passes. I think Bowser probably could have taken that one to the rim.
I agree.
11-6, though, is Akery to trigger it in. Looking for somebody, gets it down to Metter, gets it out to Bowser. Bowser sets his feet, 3, misses that one, can't get the rebound. Harrison's going to push down the middle of the lane. One dribble, 2 dribbles, can't get anything, has to kick it out. That was to Braddock. Braddock gets it over to Musgrave. Musgrave drives in. He can't get that one to fall. Bowser gets it, throws it up to Blake. That's tipped out by Harrison. So the Aces trying to push the floor. Now coming back in for the Indians is Javen Loker. He's going to come in and get number 30, Cole Tucker. And as the Aces have it on the baseline. Blake to trigger it in. Looking for Knapp on the back door as that's tipped away, but right into Metter's hands. Metter's guarded closely by Harrison, gets it back over to Knapp. Knapp looking for the back door, up to Akery. Akery over to Metter, gets Knapp on the back door, puts it up and in. Elias Knapp, who had 20 in the JV game, gets his first of the varsity.
Good cut.
13-6 as the Indians look to work it up the floor. Tibbs has it back to Harrison. Harrison gets the feint of a screen back over to Braddock. Braddock to Musgrave on the right side, gets a screen, trying to work. Back up to Tibbs, down to Braddock. Braddock, one dribble, up to Harrison. Harrison up on the left side. They're going to work for the last shot. Down to Musgrave. Musgrave has Harrison cut through. One dribble, gets it out to Harrison. Harrison for 3. That's off. Blake with the rebound. He's then fouled by Landis Musgrave. That's going to be his second, and that'll probably be the end of his first half. That's their 5th as Owen Blake's going to make his first trip to the free throw line. Blake knocks in the first one as it's 14-16 with 35 seconds left, as Metter's going to take his first rest for this 30-second period as Wade Keepus comes in. He played a really big role in the JV win for the Aces earlier. Blake hits the second one. That's his first 2 points as the lead extends to 9. Walker has it down to Harrison. Harrison fakes the handoff, couple dribbles around the bend, gets it up to Braddock. Braddock down to Loker in the corner. Loker looking for something up to Braddock off his foot. Ball's going everywhere. Braddock, couple dribbles down to Tibbs. Tibbs in on Knapp. He puts it up and in. Those are his second and third points of the night. Bowser over to Keeps. Keepus looking for somebody. Couple dribbles up to Akery. Akery, one dribble. Up to Blake in the corner for 3. Misses that one as Loker gets the rebound up to Walker. Walker chucks out the deep one. No good. Into the first quarter, the Tim Phillips and Jade Investment scoreboard reads 15-8 as we're going to have some second quarter action here from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Turhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors for a limited time only. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
Here we are back in this second quarter as the Tim Phillips of J Investments scoreboard reads 15 to Ace. Aces ahead heading into the second. This has been all Aces the first quarter, as Aces have Metter with 4 points and Elliott Akery with 5. They've held James Walker to just 4 in the first quarter, and I know that sounds like he scored a lot. That's not. Keepis actually does poke that one away as he goes. They go to get the ball to Walker early in the possession. Walker to inbound it on the sideline. Indians going from right to left. Harrison to bring it up the floor. They're going to try to get the ball to Walker as he's guarded closely by Keepis. Keepis guarding him closely out to Harrison. Harrison for 3. He misses that one. Rebound down Bowser. Bowser throws it up to Blake. Blake driving. Goes up strong. He's going to land hard, and Blake landed on his hip hard. They're going to call Peyton Harrison for a blocking foul as Owen Blake hit the turf hard, Ethan.
Yes, he did.
Looks like he's fine as he's limping a little bit, though. He'll probably end up having to take a break, and I'm not sure who they'll bring in for Blake. But Bus did tell me at the start of the game this Aces squad can go 10 deep, and as they have Brett Andrews in foul trouble, who's going to be the one to step up? And because the trainer came out, he's going to have to sit, and they're going to send in sophomore. That's Lane Alka. Lane Alka will be who takes the 2 free throws for Owen Blake as he's going to walk off limping. Blake instantly, as soon as he got up, looked at the official to see if he could at least shoot his 2 free throws, but he couldn't. But this is the first instance of missing Jack Webb a little bit, where having him on the floor could have helped the Indians as Blake gets hurt. First one's up and no good for Alka. Score remains 15 to 8 with just a little over 7.5 minutes here in the second quarter. Second one's up and good, extends this lead to doubling the Indians' points. Up to Gregory. Gregory has it, gets a screen from Tibbs. Metter does tip it as Keepis gets it, throws it up to Bowser. Bowser gonna drive, gets it tipped out of his hands as that ball is gonna be out of bounds. Mount Carmel Aces ball. They're gonna send in Will Freeland as he's gonna go in and get Lane Alka. Bowser triggered in. Aces in a line over on the right side. Tries to get in to Knapp. Knapp dives on the ball. Everybody's diving on the ball. That's down on the floor. Jump ball. That should be Aces ball still. Doesn't look like the Indians got timeout off in time. Indians keeping it small here as they have Loker, Tibbs, Harrison, Gregory, and Walker on the floor. Aces, though, have Akery. Akery just comes in for Knapp, so Akery, Keepis, Bowser, Freeland, and Metter on the floor. Aces have done a great job of rotating, as if my count's correct, they have played 9 players so far, and the Indians have done just as well, so I think they're right around that 8 or 9 mark.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of interchanging. Coaches trust their guys. Good to see. Looks like it's wet on the floor.
I've got 9 in for the Indians, and I'll see who I can count here. Yeah, I've got 9 in for each squad, so they're going to rotate, try to stay as fresh as possible, and not let the other team really have just a complete conditioning advantage. Looks like Acree's going to be who's going to trigger it in. Tries to get down to Freeland in the post. Freeland, dribble, puts it up with the left hand. That's no good as rebound down for the Indians. Harrison pushing up the left side, throws it up to Walker. Walker's going to drive on Freeland, gets in, and that's an easy 2 points for James Walker. Going to have to slow him down as he is the primary scorer for this Indians squad. Metter has it. Up to Acree. Acree throws it up to Bowser. Bowser sets his feet, doesn't have anything, skips it back out to Metter. Metter over to Acree. Acree from 3. Misses that one, rebound down to Walker. Walker pushing up the floor. This is where he's dangerous. Goes up, misses that one. That's going to be tipped out. I think it should. Never mind. I don't know why he saved that. That is over and back now. A lot of hustle. Could say that was tipped, but it wasn't.
There was a lot going on there.
it was a very chaotic play,
yeah.
Ethan. Acree to trigger it in. Acree gets it into Metter as they clear it out. He's going to be guarded by Walker. Metter in the middle of the floor, looking to find somebody as he's pestered by Walker. Almost loses the dribble. Step back over to Acree. Acree looks in, drives to the middle, out to Keepus. Keepus for 3, misses that one. Rebound down to Freeland, and that's going to stay Ace's ball as number 30, Cole Tucker, stepped in from out of bounds to grab that board.
I want to see the Aces slow it down a little bit, get some rhythm on offense.
And thank goodness coming back in is Owen Blake. Good to see that he's not injured and he's not going to be missing time for the Aces. Had that hard fall in the first as Harrison tried to take the charge. Backdoor screen for Freeland. Freeland, now Blake. He's going to drive baseline, stops. Oh my gosh, they're going to call a foul on Keene as Owen Blake drops Evan Keene to the floor. That's now the Indians' second of this third quarter, and I think it's going to be up there for team fouls, and it's going to be pretty high on that list. They're going to try to get it into Keepus. They clear it out to Metter. Metter has nothing. Gets a screen from Freeland, gets it down to Keepus in the corner. Keepus dribbling in that left corner, guarded closely by Gregory. Up to Blake. Blake over to Acree. Acree drives in, goes up for a layup. Oh my gosh, wow. That is a strong take, Ethan. As Elliot Acree extends this lead to 8.
Good take.
Second biggest lead of the game. Down to Harrison. Harrison drives in and gets it down to Cole Tucker as that was a great pass from Peyton Harrison. Shane Metter has it, looking for somebody, gets it back over to Acree. Acree on the left side gets trapped. Harrison tips it away. Couple dribbles, gets it down to Walker. Walker with the easy layup. He now has 8. That Kyle Buss has seen enough. He's going to take a Tim Phillips of Country Financial Antigua Morgan timeout here in this second quarter. We'll be back in 30.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WVC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of The Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
Here we are back from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 18-14 with 5.5 minutes left in the first half of basketball. It's been all Indians here in the fourth quarter as they've got this up to a 6-3 score differential in this second quarter from that tough press creating turnovers. Then Harrison has stepped it up, had some great passes and getting to the rim well. We're going to see what the Aces talked about in this timeout. Shane Metter to trigger it in. Gets it into Acree. Metter to cut through. Acree gets it tipped. They call for it off his leg. The Aces have got to be more careful with the basketball.
For sure. Wayne City's all over them right now. They need to figure something out.
Metter to trigger it in. Looking for somebody over to Keepus. Keepus, couple dribbles over to Acree. Acree throws up to Metter. Metter spins on the left side. Gonna try to take it all the way to the rim on Walker. Shot fake, puts it up. That's a tough take from Shane Metter. The Aces are the first team to 20. Walker now on the right side. He's met by Keepus over to Gregory. Gregory drives in, gets it to Tucker on the back door. The Indians have found something that works.
Good cut.
Acree guarded in the middle, met by Harrison. Gets it over to Keepus. Keepus looking for something, anything. Gets it back to Acree in the middle of the floor. He's guarded closely by Harrison. Acree, jab step, looking for anybody. Dribbles to the right side. Over to Blake in the corner. Blake for three. That's off the rim, no good. Harrison with the rebound. Pushing up the floor, looking for somebody. Gonna get it over to Walker on the handoff. Walker, guarded by Acree, gets a screen. Looking for something on that left side. Cross steps, pops from mid-range. That's in. The bank is open. Walker, first double-digit scorer of the night. Metter on the left side. Throws it before the trap. Acree up to Keepus. Keepus chucks it up to Blake. Blake takes it all the way to the rim for a no good layup. Could have been fouled as Walker down for the layup. Walker up the left side. Behind the back dribble. Met by Keepus. Down the middle of the lane. Pulls it in. Floater. That's off no good as Metter throws it up to Blake. Blake going to go up for the wide open layup. Doesn't get the first one, but he's not going to miss two in a row. 22-18 now with 3:58 left in this second quarter. Harrison trying to get the ball to Harrison, throws it to him on the back door. Harrison spins, pops, puts it up, no good as Freeland gets the board. Acree now has it, trying to push it up the floor. Never mind, he's going to slow it down. Acree gets it over to Keepus on the left wing. Keepus going to bring it up and call the play here for the Aces. Keepus down to Metter on the right side. Metter looking for somebody, spins, takes it all the way strong to the rim, and now that is Peyton Harrison's third foul of this first half.
That is not good for Wayne City. He's been one of their key players all night so far.
Yes, and he plays the top of that 1-2-2 press, and he's been very, very tough in the 1-2-2, making it hard for the Aces to throw those reversals. Metter gets the first one up, and it is cash. Nothing but net. He now has 7. He leads all Aces with 7. Next up behind him is actually Acree with 5. Then Blake has 4 of his own. Metter misses the second one. That's rebound down to Loker. Up to Gregory. Gregory to push it up the floor. No Walker on the floor. I just realized that. Gregory tries to save it in bounds. That's Aces ball with just under 3:30 left on the clock. 23-18, Aces lead. Acree over to Blake. Blake chucks it over to Metter. Metter to dribble it across the timeline. Metter stops, pops for 3, cash. Wow. Shane Metter now gets himself into double digits as he has 10 himself. Bringing up the floor is Gregory. Aces lead by 8. Gregory to drive, tries to bring it in on Freeland, can't. Freeland with the big time board, gets it back over to Acree. Acree up to Metter. Metter skips it across to Blake. Blake for 3. Off no good as Freeland gets the board. Freeland out to Acree. Acree, one dribble, stops, puts up the floater. He's fouled. That should be Tibbs' first. No, that should be his second, actually.
The Aces are playing really hard right now. They want this. They're flying everywhere.
This is a different Aces squad than last year when it comes to just how hard they're playing right now, Ethan.
And it's showing.
Acree knocks down the first. It's now 27-18. Acree looks to extend this to a double-digit lead for the Aces. Acree cashes in the second. It's now 28-18. Aces lead by 10. Walker going to bring it up the left side. He's to be met by Keepus. Brings it back over to the right. Gets it down to Gregory. Walker on the back door. Puts up the mid-range. That's cash. James Walker now has 12.
It's a confident shot.
Owen Blake gets it on the inbound back to Acree. Acree up to Keepus. Keepus on the left side, dribbling around, gets it out to Blake. Blake for 3. He finally gets one to fall as Owen Blake now has 7 of his own. 31-20, Aces lead. James Walker on the right side. Walker gets it down to Gregory on this little handoff action. Gets the screen from Tibbs. Stops, pops from mid-range. That's short. Gregory back out to Walker. Walker for three. That's cash. James Walker has 15 first half points. Metter into Keepus. Metter up the sideline behind the back dribble. Going to try to take it all the way. Stops. Back over to Keepus. Keepus sets his feet. He's going to slow it down. Aces to set something up. Keepus has it guarded by Gregory on the right side. Keepus dribbles left, crosses back to his right, down to Acree in this right wing. Acree over to Blake. Blake on the left wing. Blake back to Keepus as they're going to work it around and run a lot of clock. Just a minute and a half left as Acree's pressured hard by Braddock. Acree throws the pass down to Blake. Blake stops, looks at a three, doesn't get it. He's now screened by Javen Loker. Fouled by Javen Loker. This Indian squad has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fouls in this first half.
Wow.
And Blake, because of those rules we were talking about, he's going to have 2 trips to the line. Puts the first one up and in. That now extends the lead back to 9. Now in is Bowser and Knapp for the Aces. If I saw the signal right, the Aces are about to box and one James Walker. As Blake does knock down the second one, leads back to 10. Walker bringing up the floor, and they are running a box and one as Blake's going to be the primary defender. Tibbs loses it. Metter down the right side, throws Walker off of him. That's a grown man move, Ethan.
That's a big boy. Wow.
Shane Metter now has 12. Trying to keep up with Walker. Blake guarding Walker. That's over to Loker. Loker misses. Metter can't get the rebound. That's tipped out by Musgrave. It's going to stay Aces ball. Or never mind, go to Aces ball.
Walker didn't like that very much, Metter.
Tibbs is out and Loker is out as they bring in that looks like Tucker and it looks like Keene. Metter has on the right side. He's met by a trap, throws up to Blake. Blake, one dribble, chucks it up to Knapp. Knapp not going to miss that one as there was nobody within 20 feet of him. He has 4. Musgrave throws it up. He's going to try to work on Bowser. Musgrave tries to chuck it down to Tucker. Tucker tries to throw it across to Keene. Keene on the left side, back up. That's stolen by Metter. Walker now has it as the Aces can't hold on to it. Walker bringing up, stops, pops at mid-range. Oh, and the Aces get lucky. He misses that one. Knapp with the rebound, pulls it down, chucks it up to Bowser. Bowser is going to clear it out. Aces want the last shot. 15 seconds left. Acree with it at the top of the key. Acree gets it over to Metter. Metter guarded by Walker, gets it to Knapp on the back door. That's too easy. Knapp has 6. Aces lead by 16. Musgrave chucks it up. That's short. That's the end of the first half for this Mount Carmel Aces team as they lead the Wayne City Indians 39-23. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes with the Keats Funeral Home halftime show. They're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. Once again, this is from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com.
My name is Alexis Johnson. I'm from Brookston, Indiana, and I'm in the physical therapy assistant program at Wabash Valley College. Some of the hands-on activities we have in the physical therapy assistant program is we work on each other, getting that practice in the school setting, and then we also go to clinicals. We go out and work on actual patients with actual employees and just getting hands-on with your patients. After graduating, I plan on going back to my community, working in a hospital setting, maybe a nursing home, and just helping those people around me.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B Mobile Banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B Mobile Banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ethan, here we are with the Keepus Funeral Home halftime show. They're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. Ethan, what have you seen so far in this first half?
I want to point out Will Freeland. The way he's been down low, he's been getting some valuable boards for the Aces, and Shane Metter, obviously, he's been controlling the game, running point. He's been good so far.
Yeah, and I think we just can't talk about, honestly, the balanced attack here for the Aces. As I think that's going to be a great way for us to jump into scoring. We'll start out with the Indians. Starting out, it's going to be Kane Gregory. He has 1 point. Then River Tibbs has 3, all those coming in the first quarter. Then Cole Tucker has 4 of his own. And then with 15 of their 23 is James Walker. He came alive in that second quarter where he had 11 points. It felt like he had almost all 11 of them unbroken. Then we'll move over to the Aces. Starting out, it's going to be Lane Alka. He came in when Owen Blake took that hard fall, took 2 free throws, made 1 of them. He's got 1 point. Then Rhett Andrews has 2, but he sat out for most of that first half with foul trouble. Then with 6 points, it's going to be Elias Knapp. He came in off the bench, did such a great job for the Aces of doing everything they needed, got himself in positions to score. Then with both with 9 apiece is Owen Blake and Elliot Acree. Then leading all Aces with scores is number 12, Shane Metter. This Aces squad looks so well put together this year. They've done a great job against the pressure. They've limited the turnovers, and when you look at the fouls, they've got 5 team fouls as the Indians have a little over 9.
Yeah, to go on the Indians, they need to come out of halftime. They need to get their offense figured out because they've been all over the place, and it's been pretty chaotic. We've pointed that out, and they're playing good defense. They just need to get back because they're pressuring really well, and then there's always somebody open with the cut for an easy layup for the Aces, so they need to play that better.
Yeah, and also when it comes to the Aces, chaos is always going to benefit the worst team. So you have got to limit the chaos, control the ball, and just keep this 16-point lead. You can't play like you're ahead because as soon as James Walker wants to, I think he's going to be able to bring this back within a single-digit game as it's only 16-point lead.
For sure, and he was the reason why they were even in the game in the first and second quarter because, like you said, in the second quarter, he had 11, you said?
He had 11 of their 15 scored points in the second quarter. Cole Tucker only had the other 4 where he got 2 on a back door. It felt like the Indians had found something that was working. They were running what is similar to a motion play, but it's more of a quick set where you're getting multiple looks off the same action. So they were bringing up the floor, looking for a dribble handoff most all the time on that right wing. Then after the handoff, if he keeps it, he's taking it to the rim and looking for a backdoor cutter. If he hands it off, he's going to cut to the corner. He's going to get a screen from the big who's at the top of the key, and they're going to have pick and roll action, have backdoors, put people in the corners, make you help off, and then it gets Walker to his spot. He's in that 15-foot range where he is such a consistent shooter.
For sure. I don't want to see Wayne City get off their game either. I want them to stay with it because, like you said, there's a lot of game left, and it's only 16, so they can get back into it with how good their defense is. They can really get back into this. They just can't get out of their game and stay controlled.
Yes, and that's what this 1-2-2 press is designed to do. It is designed to create chaos. It's designed to force turnovers and make it where you're speeding up the other team. You're sending traps. You're trying to pick off long passes because you're sending those traps. The guy you're leaving open is across the court. The Aces have done such a great job of passing against this press, and I think that is the key to the second half, is how do you combat this pressure against the press? How do you combat all these traps and keep the ball out of Wayne City's hands, and especially James Walker's hands? I will say one last time, notably Peyton Harrison, upwards of one of their better players, sophomore form, has 3 fouls so far tonight. He is also scoreless. But we're going to head in to this second half as the Tim Phillips of Jade Vestment scoreboard does read 39-23. Aces lead by 16. And that's going to conclude the halftime show, sponsored by Keepus Funeral Home. So, from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth, this is Mount Carmel Basketball. Be back in 3.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school, and today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here, and so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Turhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors for a limited time only. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Here we are back for some second half action as the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 39-23, Aces in head by 16. Aces are looking to continue this lead as on the floor for the Indians. They're going to go out with their starters. That's going to be Peyton Harrison, Landon Musgrave, James Walker, Cole Tucker, and River Tips. On the floor for the Aces, I'm guessing they're going to come out with their starters too, as it looks like on the bench is Blake Metter, Freeland, Andrews, and Acree. Andrews in that foul trouble, and he's going to have to play careful for these first few minutes, Ethan.
For sure. They should be playing with some confidence, I'd say.
Yes, but he just got to be careful not pick up that third foul. Walker does throw the inbound to Harrison. Harrison on the left side, gets it over to Tibbs. Tibbs gets it to Walker. Walker looks for a three, doesn't take it, over to Musgrave. Musgrave back to Harrison, Tibbs. Tibbs now to Harrison. Harrison gonna try drive, puts up the mid-range. That's off, rebound down to Freeland. Freeland trying to get it to anybody, tries to throw it up to Metter, throws it away as Tibbs gets it, scores the layup, and cuts that lead back down to 11. Up to Blake. Blake trying to drive, goes up, misses, rebound down Freeland. Freeland puts it up and in. Freeland gets his first two of the night, first two of his senior year. Metter to meet Harrison. Indians going from left to right. Walker now has it guarded by Metter. Metter switches on to Harrison. Harrison gonna drive in, stops, pops a midi. That's off, rebound Metter. Metter trying to push it up the floor, chucks it up to Acree. Acree can't hold on to it. That's out of bounds on the Aces. That's gonna be Indians' ball. Nobody from Mount Carmel was happy with that one, because I think everybody thought that was a out on the Indians. But now Walker to bring it up on the left side. He chucks it up to Musgrave, who's guarded by Acree. Walker stops, tries to drive into the lane. Walker back over to Musgrave. Musgrave back to Harrison. Harrison, one dribble, tries to get something, gonna drive in on Andrews. Get Tibbs to Walker on the left side. Walker puts it up, no good, rebound Andrews. Blake gets it up to Metter. Shane Metter's gonna clear it out, slow it down, gets it back to Owen Blake. Uh-oh. Our official's having some troubles. I think our official just ran into the cheerleader. I saw his hand up there, Ethan, and I'll be honest, I thought the worst.
I did too.
Oh, I instantly thought the worst, as he's a little bit older, but I think he's good. As Acree's now going to inbound it as the Aces head from right to left. They're calling a foul on Blake. I think that's going to be a push-off. I think that's going to be getting back to at the cheerleader for hitting him in the face. Harrison to bring it up the middle of the floor to be met by Metter once he crosses half court. He gets it down to Harrison, fakes the handoff. Walker now has it. Walker throws it down to Tibbs. Tibbs loses it. Acree grabs it. That's going to be Ace's ball now. Jump ball. And it's going to stay now with the Aces as the Indians set back up in this press. Acree to inbound it. Acree over to Metter. Metter back over to Acree. Acree hesitates, almost loses it. So he's going to try to drive in. Stops, throws it down to Andrews. Andrews goes up, may have been fouled, loses it, can't grab it. Blake gets the over and back. That's going to be turnover on the Aces. 41-25 as the Aces lead by 16 with just over 6 on the scoreboard.
Both offenses need to get settled down.
Yes.
Now what's going on?
They are looking, if I'm not wrong, they're going to argue that that was not an over and back. Because technically it was tipped before he grabbed it, but I'm pretty sure it was tipped by his own teammate. So it'd still be over and back. I think that's what he's saying. But Harrison now throws it into Musgrave. Musgrave bringing it up the left side. Musgrave down to Harrison. He's fouled by Metter. That's going to be Metter's second.
They're cracking down now on this defense.
Walker to inbound it, chucks it out to Tibbs on the left side, over to Harrison. Harrison looking for somebody, chucks it over to Walker on the left side. He's guarded by Blake. Get it down to Tibbs in the post. Tibbs, a couple bangs, gets down, puts it up, misses that one. It's going to be a foul on Freeland, his first. Tibbs is going to put up 2 to try and continue to work back at this lead. Tibbs knocks in the first one. So that's going to make it 41-26 with just over 5:50 left on the scoreboard. Tibbs makes the second one. That now makes it 27-41. Metter looking for somebody, brings it up the floor.
He's got to be careful.
Metter getting trapped, chucks it up to Freeland. Freeland, wide open layup. He knocks that one in. He's now got 4 in this forward, 43-27. Harrison brings in on Metter. Harrison goes up tough, take. That's no good, and I'm not sure who the foul's on. Going to be a foul on Shane Metter. He picks up 2 in a hurry and now has 3. Harrison going to try to knock in points 1 and 2 of the game tonight. Aces now have 4 fouls in the third quarter with just under 5.5 minutes left on the scoreboard. He misses the first one. Going to look to cash in the second. Score remains 43-27 as Bowser comes in to get Metter a rest to make sure he doesn't pick up another foul.
He intentionally missed that.
He did intentionally miss it. He hit the rim, it bounced, and he just went over a little bit too early, but nobody boxed out shooter there.
Yeah.
Acree to inbound it. Gets it over to Andrews. Andrews looking for anybody, skips it up to Blake. Blake maybe fouled, throws it away to Harrison. Harrison going to drive in, gets it over to Walker. Walker for 3. That's off. Rebound down Harrison. He's going to clear it out. Harrison back over to Walker. Walker to drive on Andrews. Can't get anything going. Gets a screen from Tibbs. Walker drives in. Gets it blocked by Owen Blake as Elliot Acree has the board. Acree's going to beat this little bit of a trap. Brings it all the way down the floor out to Blake. Owen Blake for 3. Misses that one. That's going to be out of bounds on Will Freeland. Going to be Indians ball. We're now just under 5 minutes here in this third quarter of action. Musgrave to bring it up the left side. He's to be met by Bowser. Bowser guarding Musgrave as they get it to Walker, get it back to Musgrave. He's looking for something, stops, pops, misses, gets his own board, goes, tries to weave through as Andrews finally pulls that one down. And he may be fouled. They're going to call a foul on River Tibbs. That's his third.
It's been a very chaotic third quarter.
Yes, and like I said, these teams, when you're better than a team, the team that you're usually better than thrives off the chaos, and the Indians have thrived off the chaos so far. But right now, Elias Knapp in for Will Freeland. Acree to get it into Blake. Blake back to Acree on the right side, up to Bowser. Bowser stops, tries to skip it to Andrews. Andrews stops, gets it back to Blake. Blake over to Acree. Acree 1 dribble, 2 dribbles on this middle of the floor. He's guarded closely by Gregory. He's fouled by Gregory as they're playing some tight defense. That is his first foul of this second half and of the game. Never mind, second foul of the game. That's Knapp down low. Bowser, shot fake, 1 step inside, misses that one as Tibbs pulls down the rebound, gets it over to Harrison. Harrison bringing it up the floor, maybe fouled, tries to get it out to Gregory, can't. Aces getting back into the press. Sorry, Indians getting back into press. 4:08 left on the scoreboard as the Aces lead by 16. They throw it into Blake. Acree does a good job cutting up to Andrews. Knapp now's going to clear it back out, throws it back up to Blake. Blake, shot fake, doesn't take it. He's going to try to set something up. Walker with some quick hands there as he gets it over to Acree. Acree trying to create some space off of Gregory. Down to Andrews in the post after Blake gets it in the corner. Acree, strong take to the rim, no good. Rebound down to James Walker. It's James Walker versus Rhett Andrews and Bowser. Walker takes it all the way, no good. Harrison spins, chucks it up. He does get the foul after probably the third foul. It's getting chaotic here in the third quarter, and it's some quick-paced basketball. That's Elliot Acree's second fouled up.
It's kind of hard to keep up with up here. A lot going on.
He knocks in the first one. He's now 1 for 3 with his first points of the game. Lead is now cut to 15 as it's 43-28. He knocks in the second. He now has 2. And the lead is now cut to 14 as the Indians are going to try to make a little bit of a comeback this last 3.5 minutes. Bowser to inbound it. Bowser into Acree. Acree back to Bowser, up to Andrews. Andrews, one dribble, loses it almost, up to Knapp. Acree now has it. He's going to drive down the middle of the lane, puts it up with the right hand, misses. Rebound, Knapp, nope, it was tipped up in the air. Gregory grabs it, throws it up. That's missed by Buddock. They throw it up now. Knapp grabs it. Knapp trying to throw it somewhere, may have been fouled, but Blake now gets it. He stops, sets his feet, and that's cash. Blake now has 12 points, and Aces lead 46-29. We're going to be back in 30 with some more Aces basketball from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
And here we are back in this third quarter as the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 46-29. Aces lead by 17. On the floor for the Aces is Blake, Bowser, Andrews, Acree, and Knapp. On the floor for the Indians is Walker, Braddock, Gregory, Keene, and that looks like Tucker. Walker has on the right side and gets it down to Tucker. Tucker, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, back over to Gregory on that right wing. He's guarded closely by Acree. They're going to call Acree on the body as he just gave him nowhere to go. That's Acree's third, as the Aces now have 2 people with 3 fouls.
If I'm the Aces, I'm wanting to keep this pace up. It's working out really good for them.
It is. I thought they would want to be more set, but the pressure has helped them a lot. Gregory leaves that first free throw short, and if you're the Indians, free throws are an issue right now.
And they're a must right now. You need to make them now.
Like we said, they're trying to make a comeback in these last 3 minutes. Gregory knocks in the second of 2. Bowser throws it up to Blake, back to Bowser now. Bowser back up to Blake, Blake back to Bowser. Bowser bringing it up the floor. Couple dribbles, he throws it over to Acree on the right side. Acree gets Knapp on the back door. He goes up with a strong take, may have been fouled. Tibbs pulls down the board. Walker gonna push it up the floor. He's to be met by Acree. Walker takes it all the way to the rim, blocked by Andrews. Andrews all by himself. Andrews can fly. He just goes and takes the layup. I like that, just a free 2 points. And the lead is now 18. Walker dribbling around, actually Gregory now. Gregory down to Tucker in the post. Tucker goes up, blocked by Andrews. Andrews having himself a third quarter. Bowser tries to chuck it up as Acree now gets it. Bowser has it. Yes, that's one of those. He was caught it as he was going back over half court, and it's weird how that rule works, Ethan.
Well, you know it's right when the Aces coach doesn't even argue it.
James Walker to bring it up the left side, met by Blake. Gregory now has it. He gets a screen from gets a screen from Tibbs. Tibbs gets rebound Andrews. Sorry, it was chaotic as Walker grabs the ball. He's fouled by Elliot Acree. Elliot Acree has 4, and that will probably be the end of his third quarter, as we're going to see maybe Metter. Walker's going to take 2 free throws to try to get his first 2 points of the third half, or second half. makes the first, nothing but net. That's his first point of the second half. 48-31 as Keepus comes in for Acre. Aces only have 2 starters on the floor as it's Keepus, Bowser, Andrews, Knapp, and Blake. Walker knocks in the second one, as that's going to cut this lead back down to 16 where it started this second half at. On the floor for the Indians is their starting lineups minus Tucker as Loker is in. Andrews got it thrown in from Bowser. Bowser bringing it up the floor. Bowser trying to go on in. Walker steals that one. Walker going to take it all the way to the rim for an easy 2 points. If he starts coming alive, that's going to spell some issues for the Aces. Blake to bring it up. Blake going to dribble through the trap, stops. He's going to pull it out on that right side up to Keepus. Keepus looking to set something up. Minute 20 left. But Keepus pulls it back. Keepus drives out to Blake. Blake looks at the 3, doesn't take it, drives all the way in, stops for the mid-range, could have been fouled, no call, as Elias Knapp with the big rebound. Gets it back out to Blake. Blake stops, pops for 3. I have no clue.
Yeah, not a clue.
Into Andrews. Andrews just gets it to Keepus. Keepus over to Bowser. Bowser to Blake in that left corner, guarded closely by Harrison. Back up to Keepus on the left side. Keepus trying to do anything, gets it over to Bowser on the right side. Down to Andrews. Andrews throws it to Knapp in the paint. He's going to spin around, throws up the left-handed layup, no good. Bowser grabs the rebound. 45 seconds left now in the third. That's over to Keepus. He can't hold on to it. Throws it down to Blake. They're calling Elias Keepus for a foul as he's being guarded closely and probably got a little bit too much of an elbow in there trying to create space. He was a little frustrated from how close he was guarding him. Walker to bring it up the floor. Walker over to Harrison. Harrison pulls it back out over to Walker on the left side. He's going to drive in, puts up the floater, no good. Rebound Loker. Loker goes up, fouled by Bowser. He's going to have 2 free throws. That one was a pretty easy one as I saw it from up here.
Yeah, for sure.
Loker wants to knock in his first 2 points of the game. Makes the first one as it's now 35-48. Smallest lead of this second half. Loker leaves the second one short. Knapp with the rebound over to Metter. Metter's going to bring it up as the Aces want the last one. Metter on the left side, guarded closely by Walker, over to Knapp. Knapp looking for somebody on the curl screen. Can't do anything with it. Throws it back up to Metter, 10 seconds left. This is where he cleared out for Metter. Metter gets a screen from Knapp, tries to get him on the roll, one dribble, can't put it up. They're going to call a jump ball. Indians ball, they're going to have a chance to score with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Have to get it down fast, though.
Yes, they've got to get a look quick. Walker chucks it up, that's short. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 48-35. Aces lead by 13 as we head into the fourth quarter from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B mobile banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B mobile banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com.
Ethan, here we are in the fourth quarter at the Hilltop. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 48-35 Aces lead. On the floor for the Aces is going to be Freeland, Andrews, Blake, Keepus, and Metter. On the floor for the Indians is Gregory, Walker, Harrison, Loker, and Tibbs. Metter to bring it up the floor. He's met by Walker. Going to try to get something. They're going to bring a press trap at him. Tries to skip it over to Keepus. That's tipped out by Gregory. Going to stay Aces ball.
Good defense.
And Wade Keepus is going to be the one to inbound the ball.
Walker is all over Metter right now.
Keepus in to Metter. Metter going to bring it up the floor. Walker hounding him on the left side. They send a trap over to Andrews. Andrews trying to do something, guarded closely by Loker. Keepus now has it backdoor to Andrews. Andrews goes up, elevates. That's 2 points in the first ones of the first quarter. Aces now have 50. Harrison to bring it up the left side. Met by Metter, throws it down to Loker. Loker gets a screen from Tibbs, puts it up, a legal screen on River Tibbs. That's his fourth personal. Going to be the first one of this fourth quarter for the Indians. It's now going to be Aces ball as Loker takes a seat and Cole Tucker checks into the game for the Indians. And River Tibbs takes a seat as Evan Keene now comes in also. They're not going to full court press, but they're going to bring a lot of traps as soon as they hit that half court line. Keepus to bring it up the left side, guarded closely by Gregory. Keepus, they're going to try to send a trap, skips it over to Blake. Blake puts one up, misses, gets his own board, puts it back up. He now has 15 points. Or no, 13, sorry. That's off, that's in and out. Harrison with the board, puts up a tough one. That is a tough bucket for Harrison. He now has 4. Keepus in the middle of the lane. He's going to bring it up, guarded closely by Gregory. They're going to try to send another trap. He's going to clear it out, throw it up to Metter. Metter, got to be careful. They're going to send another one. Freeland goes for a screen. Metter denies it, dribbling towards the middle of the key from the left side. Metter over to Blake. Blake back to Metter on the left side. Blake dribbling up around the horn, gets to the top of the key. They're going to call an illegal screen on Will Freeland. That's our second one of the fourth quarter.
We're starting off the fourth like we left the third, chaotic.
Very chaotic basketball. It's the first game of the year. It's what we probably should have expected.
For sure.
It's going to be Musgrave to bring it up. He came in for Gregory. Musgrave down to Loker. They're going to call Keepus on a foul as he pulled the chair on Walker. I don't know if that was quite a foul, but that's what they're going to call.
I like that aggression, though. I like that.
I love the way that he pulled the chair on that one. And something I do want to mention, we talked about how the Aces have played 9 players so far. They have a 10th one that is not suited up tonight, Jack Wett. Harrison chucks it into Loker. Loker back to Harrison in the corner. He puts up a 3. That's off the side of the backboard. Rebound down to Musgrave. He puts it up and in for 2. 39-52. Metter into Blake. Back to Metter in the middle of the key. He's guarded by Loker. Metter trying to do something with the ball. Metter on the left side. Going to get a screen from Freeland. Can't do anything. Blake in the corner for 3. Bang! Owen Blake has 17 for the Aces. I was wrong earlier. 55-39. No. Blake has it up to Metter. Metter tries to put it behind his back. They're not going to give him the screen as everybody's hustling. And Keepus dives on the floor. Musgrave dives on the floor. That's going to be Indians' ball.
That was tackle football right there.
That wow. Was some very aggressive basketball. I guess the score is, I'm pretty sure the score is 57-39, but I could be wrong. I don't know if they put in one of Owen Blake's 2s. James Walker to drive. He brings it into the middle of the floor. He puts it up and in. That's his first of the fourth quarter, makes it 39-55. Metter has it. He's guarded closely by Walker, puts it behind his back. Metter brings it up the floor, gets a screen from Freeland. Metter looking for somebody, splits the trap, drives down the lane, puts up the tough one, can't get the fall. Freeland with the board, puts it back up with the left hand. He now has 6. Aces now up 55-41. Walker to bring it up, met by Blake. Walker pulls it out on the right side. He's looking to get the ball to Harrison. Harrison has it. Harrison over to Walker. Walker looking for somebody. Harrison down. Gets it down to Tucker as he's blocked by Rhett Andrews. Rhett Andrews, have yourself a night.
For sure.
He does have 6 points, but it feels like he has a double-double with boards and blocks right now.
Been everywhere.
Done everything in this second half, and he didn't play the whole second quarter. Akery to come in for the Aces. They're going to get Metter a rest, and it looks like Keepis takes a rest too as they're going to put in Bowser. Akery to bring it up the floor to be met by Musgrave. Akery dribbling up the floor, out to Blake. Blake for three. He's feeling it, folks. That's another three for Owen Blake, his fourth of the night. Harrison up to Walker. Walker trying to do something. Skips it over to Musgrave. Musgrave lets a three fly. That's off back iron. Tibbs with the board. He puts it up and in. That's going to be another bucket for River Tibbs. 43-60, Aces lead. Akery to bring it up the floor. Andrews has it in the left corner. Looks to get it to Blake on the wing. Blake to Akery on the right side. Andrews now has it, gets it back out to Blake. Blake's going to drive down low. He puts it up. May have been fouled, and not and one, but that's a tough take from Owen Blake, his 10th of this fourth quarter. Harrison tries to get over to Loker, can't. Loker does end up picking it up as Walker looking for something with Blake on him. That's going to be Harrison bringing it up. He gets it over to Walker on the left side. He's going to drive baseline, step back, mid-range. Oh my gosh, Ethan, that is a tough bucket from James Walker. That makes it 62-45. Akery brings it up the floor, just under 3.5 left in this game. Akery looking for something over to Andrews. Andrews trying to get the ball back to Bowser. Bowser at the top of the key, guarded by Walker. Bowser now down to Akery. Akery wanting to run something. Gets a screen from Andrews. Akery puts it behind his back. He's fouled by Landis Musgrave. 62-45 as Gregory's now going to come in for Harrison. Akery to trigger it in as the Aces bring in Knapp for Freeland. Get it into Metter. Metter bringing it up, guarded closely by Gregory. Metter looking for a screen. Gets it, doesn't use it, gets it over to Blake. Blake back to Metter. Metter trying to drive down, gets it out to Andrews. Andrews, one dribble, puts it up. That's off back iron. That's no good. Loker with the rebound. Throws it up to Walker. Walker bringing it up the right side. Walker going to take it all the way himself. That's a tough bucket for James Walker, his 6th of the fourth quarter. Akery triggered in, 2.5 left in the fourth. Just a 15-point lead for the Aces is Akery to bring it up the floor. Akery looking for a screen from Andrews. Akery dribbles it down, takes it all the way inside. He may have been fouled, no call, as Gregory grabs it, throws it up to Musgrave. Musgrave puts it up, blocked by Andrews, but that's going to be a foul, and Landis Musgrave's going to go shoot 2 at the line. He got him with the body. I can't argue when you're going to land in the same area as somebody, it's going to be a foul every time.
Yeah, for sure. I can see the frustration from the Aces side, though, because of that missed call down
And a
there.
lot of times, what fans don't see is you just see the hand hit the ball.
For sure.
You just see the hand not make contact. You don't realize that he got him with the body.
Yep.
The body is 90% of why those shooting and blocking fouls are called. And if he just stays straight up, doesn't go like crazy contest, he probably misses it just because of the size difference.
Exactly. Yep.
He knocks in the first. That's going to make it 62-48, Aces in front as Harrison comes back in for the Indians. Indians going to try to close this 14-point lead in the final 2 minutes. Aces trying to retain it. They have Knapp, Andrews, Acree, Blake, and Metter as he misses the second. Acree grabs it. He's looking for Metter on the left side. Metter now has it. Metter bringing it up the left side of the floor. He's guarded by Harrison. Harrison's got to be careful. He has 4 fouls. Back over. No, he has 3 fouls. Sorry, Andrews. That's going to be a foul on Musgraves as he couldn't slow himself down. He picks up his 4th. It's going to be the 3rd of the 4th quarter for the Indians. 1:49 left on the clock. So Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard reads 62-48. Aces in front. Metter to bring it up. He has on the left side, pressured closely by Walker. Metter over to Blake. Blake guarded by Harrison. Blake up to Andrews on the left side. Andrews gets it tipped. Harrison throws it back up to Loker. Loker bringing it up. He's not going to be fouled as he misses. Tibbs misses, and then Walker grabs that board, puts it in himself, and that's going to be a full timeout from head coach Jake Talbert. We head into that Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan timeout with a scoreboard that reads 62-50. We'll be back in 30 from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
And we're back from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth as the Tim Phillips Jade Investment scoreboard reads 62-50 with just under a minute and a half left to play. Ethan, what have you seen so far in this 4th quarter?
Well, I've been impressed with how the Aces came out. I mean, like we talked at the halftime and before the game, Wayne City's a good team. They have good players, and the Aces have seemed like they have been well coached and prepared for this game. Obviously, yes, it's the first game and there's mistakes, but I've been pretty impressed for the first game of the year.
Yeah, and that's a big thing in this early season basketball. It is who can limit the mistakes early, who can go without having more turnovers, who can limit the fouls. But we'll go to who's on the floor for the Aces. It's Andrews, Metter, Acree, Knapp, and Blake. On the floor for the Indians is Harrison, Musgrave, Walker, Tibbs, and Loker. As Metter brings up the left side, he now clears it out. He has it picked away by, that was Harrison. He now has 5 points. And that makes it just a 10-point game. I think that was a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here. We just were talking about turnovers, how important they were, Ethan. And right there, Aces have a costly one. But we'll run over just a little bit of the scoring for the Aces, Ethan, as there's a lot to be talked about. Owen Blake has had the night of his life. He has 22 points, and 13 of them have came in this second half. Metter has 12, hasn't scored in the second half. Also, Acree has 9 and hasn't scored in the second half. This second half has been all the forwards and big, as Blake has 12, Andrews has 4, and Freeland has 6. On the Indian side, who else but James Walker? He has 27, has 12 in the second half. And then Landis Musgraves had 5 here in the 4th quarter himself. Harrison has 4 here in the second half. And then River Tibbs has 6 of his own all in the second half. Now to bring it up is the Aces. Throws up to Blake. Blake back to Acree. Acree trying to take care of it. Press. They send the trap. Blake has it. They're going to end up having to foul with a minute left. Who are you going to foul? Metter has it. Gets it down to Blake. Blake holding it. Trying to run out some clock. Blake back up to Metter. Metter has it tipped. Acree's going to grab it. Acree back up to Andrews. That's who you want to foul. Andrews gets it to Acree as Acree is fouled hard by Loker.
Yeah, he was fouled really hard right there.
He was fouled really hard by Loker. They've got 4 fouls. They're going to have to foul at least one more time before the bonus has started, as we're getting a little chippy here late in the game, as Blake and Harrison are getting into it a little bit as the official tries to step in. Aces looking to get the ball into somebody, get it into Blake. Blake's fouled quickly by Loker, and that's the last person, if I'm the Indians, I want to foul. Oh, dang it, Ethan. I'm not going to say it, but I know exactly what I just did.
I knocked on some wood for you.
Yeah, I needed that. It's rough being an announcer, man. You got to not say certain things, but sometimes those things need to be said. Blake does knock in the first one. He extends those points to 23 on the night. 63-52, Aces in front. Blake knocks in that one, and that now makes him have 24 on the night. Second leading scorer behind Walker, and Walker, speaking of him, puts up a deep one as Knapp gets the board, and he's fouled. Knapp's now going to have a trip to the line. He has 6, and all of those were in the first half. Aces ahead by 12 with 38 left on the clock. And we're having some sort of discussion. I'm not 100% sure, but that was Loker's 4th. It sounded like Knapp missed the first of 2.
A little long.
I put my head down to mess with my book, and I just heard that one hit back iron. Second one of 2 is good. He now has 7. Now bringing it up is Harrison. Harrison going to look for something quick. Gets it to Walker. Walker going to rip baseline. Tries to chuck it out. Now grabbed. Harrison has it. He spins. He's going to try to have to take it. It got to score quick. Only 25. Walker has it. He doesn't have any problem. Puts up a floater. He now has 29 on the night. And he's now sitting at 1,027 points. As he came in at 997, and he has had a great scoring night. Scoreboard is 65-54. We're going to stay once again as it was only a 30. Aces look to sub Acree out, and I think they're going to put in number 23, Michael Reed. As he took his jersey off, they're also going to put in number 2, Lane Alka. I think. I could be going crazy, but they've got 1,000 people down there without a jersey or without a warm-up shirt on.
Yeah, I think the whole team's on the court right now, so.
I thought it was just a 30, but I think it was a full 60, so I was wrong. The Indians are going to bring out Musgrave, Harrison, Walker, Loker, and Tibbs, as the Aces have Alka, Acree, Metter, Blake, and Andrews. Oh my gosh, and they're starting with everybody down on the baseline.
Come on.
This is awesome. I love this play. I know exactly what this is going to be, and I love it already.
Oh, he said hut too.
They ran that little
drag route.
I know. Hey, no, he was on a quick 5-yard out, Ethan. But that was awesome. That was the best thing that they've done all year, and that's a win in my book. Now they do get it into Shane Metter. He's going to take a trip to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 on the night, looking to make it 3 for 2. 17 seconds left as the Aces lead by 11, 65-54. He misses the first one.
I was just about to say this is not the kid to foul, so I'm glad I didn't do that and hit the jinx.
It's all right, Ethan. Metter knocks in the second. That's now going to make it 66 to 54. Harrison gets it over to Walker. Walker, one dribble, 10 seconds, puts up a deep three with his left hand. He just chucked up a left-handed three. It makes it. He now has 32. They inbound it to Metter. Metter's going to go to score as Loker fouls out and gets his 5th one.
Oh my gosh, the student section's going crazy because we're about to hit 6-7. They're all hitting it.
Oh my gosh, Metter just has to hit one.
Look at all the little kids standing up right now.
I think every kid under 18 in the stands is more excited for this part of the game, no matter what team they're cheering for. The first one's up for Metter. He swishes it. That's 67 for the Aces, as everybody in the student section loves it. 67-57 with 2 minutes left.
And he bricks
the second one on purpose. And Loker chucks up a deep one. The Aces win 67-57. Stick around for the coaches post-game show brought to you by Sean Morgan, Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. We'll be back in 3.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B Mobile Banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B Mobile Banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WVC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of The Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
As a faculty member, Wabash Valley College was the best decision ever. I've always been excited to return back to Wabash Valley as an employee to inspire students the way I was inspired when I went to school here. And what I love is the sense of community that I have with my coworkers and being able to provide that to our students.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's...
And we're back here with the Coaches Post Game Show, brought to you by Sean Morgan, Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Ethan, that was a fun game nonetheless.
Yes, it was. I mean, hey, if I'm Mount Carmel, I'm feeling pretty good. You just beat, like we said, a very solid Wayne City team without a senior Jack Webb, like you pointed out throughout the game. yes, they still have some things to clean up, but if I'm the coach, I'm feeling pretty good. You clean that stuff up during practice, and you just keep getting better throughout the season.
Yeah, and this is one of those that it's such a building block heading in to the premier turkey tournament around. The Capital Classic held at Lawrenceville and Red Hill. There's always some really great basketball being played there, and if I'm Mount Carmel, I'm confident heading into that tournament this year.
Yeah, for sure. They have a lot to go off of after this game. I mean, you pointed out Owen Blake. What a game he had today. He caught fire from the three-point line, and he looked like he had some confidence letting it fly.
Yeah, and it was just such a great game for him. Once I get my book done, I'll try to get you a scoring summary for everybody. But, yes, Owen Blake had a great game. I think he's grown into a role as a primary scorer for the Aces. Last year, that was something that I think a lot of the coaches wanted him to try to do, was score the ball more, be more aggressive, take it to the rim, use your 3 points to get 2-point looks. And he did that really well tonight for the Aces.
For sure. I would also say you pointed out how they went 9 men deep tonight. That's going to be a big deal for them going down the stretch if they can trust those guys, because you're going to keep legs fresh and you're going to keep the defense better, and everybody on offense is going to keep moving.
Yeah, and that's something so big when you start playing these bigger teams, is like in the Capital Classic, there's 3A Olney actually just got the bump down to 2A this year. Lawrenceville's a top 1A team in the state here in the Capital Classic. Red Hill's never a slouch. T-Town's going to be there, and everybody knows what they do in T-Town.
Yeah.
The 3 Bs, and one of them is basketball. T-Town is huge when it comes to that sport, and it's going to be a tough weekend for the Aces, but I would love to see them use that to play. And I also forgot Fairfield, another local school that always has some talent. But here we are, Ethan. I'm going to get you some scoring summary, and we'll just see what you think. We'll start out with the visiting Wayne City Indians. Starting out was Javen Loker. He had 1 point. He was 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and that was all his scoring for the night. Then with 2 was Kane Gregory. He had 2 while going 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Then next up with 3 was Landis Musgrave. He had 3 points and 4 fouls. I should have also pointed out Loker fouled out himself. Then Peyton Harrison had 6. He made 2 two-pointers and 2 free throws. He was 2 for 4 from the line. It's a common occurrence, not great free throw shooting here from the Indians. Then Cole Tucker had 4. He made 2 twos all in the first half. Then with 9 was River Tibbs. He had a great night when he would come in and get him a point every once in a while. And then the man that needs no introduction, James Walker, had 32 points of their total. I'm pretty sure it was 57 points.
Wow.
And that is just tough. And that's something that you don't see a lot. Then you go down for the Aces with 1 point. It was Lane Alka. He came and shot that free throw, was 1 for 2 from the line. Then both with 6 was Red Andrews and Will Freeland. Then with 7 was Elias Knapp. Then with 9, Elliot Acree, 14, Shane Metter, and 24, Owen Blake. Now up here with us is head coach Kyle Buss, and we'll talk to him a little bit. What a great way to start that season. Just an amazing game from your group of guys tonight. They came out, they showed a lot of grit, beating a very solid Wayne City Indians team.
Yeah, that Wayne City team is going to win a lot of ball games. They got a heck, Walker kick and score, man. He does it at a bunch of different levels. He can get to the basket, he can shoot it, and he's just nonstop, man. He just goes and goes and goes. So, I'm excited to watch what they do this season because they got a great team. But man, I'm so proud of our kids. Man, they battled. We talked about maybe not shooting the ball very well, but I felt like we got hot there for a little bit, and that kind of carried us. But just super proud of their efforts, their attention to detail. We executed our sets for it being game 1. We executed our sets great. So just super proud of the kids tonight.
Yeah, and not enough can be said about Owen Blake's night tonight. Actually had 4 3-pointers, had 24, led you guys in scoring tonight. I know that was something that everybody wanted him to do, was step up on the scoring end of the ball a little bit, and I think that he stepped into that role very well this year.
Yeah, definitely. The kid can shoot it. We knew that last year. I think coming after football, it was a little slow start for him. I think he would be the first to tell you, in practice, he hasn't always been knocking those down, but man, when the lights came on tonight, he was ready to go, and just super proud of Owen for being able to knock down some big shots for us.
Yeah, and then free throw shooting. That was one of our keys to the game tonight was turnovers, free throws, and then just not fouling as much as the other team, especially in this first game. You guys shot very well from the free throw line tonight. And is that something heading into the Capital Classic, playing some very tough competition that you're going to have to use to build on?
Yeah, definitely. I think, again, we're going to hang our hat on playing defense. I know we gave up too many tonight, but we're going to. I think that game was just kind of up and down, so it wasn't quite what we expected as far as the tempo goes. But I think if we can come in every night and work on our defense and make sure we're solid on our defensive rules and principles and things like that, there's going to be nights where we don't shoot it very well, and we're going to have to make sure that we can get some stops when we need to. So, I did a pretty bad job in the third quarter there, not getting us into enough sets. I don't know. I think we had single-digit points, but that was my fault. I got to get us in some stuff. We were a little bit too stagnant on offense there, but that'll come with time and just more reps and playing more games.
Yeah, and as we will not be able to cover it this weekend, tell us a little bit about what this weekend slate looks like for the Aces.
Yeah, we got Teotopolis in the first game of the Capital Classic, so it'll be their first game. So maybe with us having a game under our wings, I think that will help us a little bit. But it's a team that beat us by 60 last year, so I think I keep telling these guys, I don't think they understand it yet, but we have the talent in that room to go do some pretty awesome stuff. And, with T-Town not having football, I think they're probably a little bit more ready, than we are with having 2 weeks of practices. But we're going to, I told them we're going to battle. And, we're not going to, the 60-point losses, those got to go out the window. We got to show a little bit of pride and a little bit of fight and just play as hard as you possibly can and see what happens.
Yeah, thank you for coming up, and good luck this weekend at the Capital Classic, and good luck on the rest of the year.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Go Aces.
And from the Wabash General Hospital broadcasting booth, this is Mount Carmel basketball from Max Skurlak, Ethan Houston, and thank you to Bennett and Evan for running stream and camera tonight for us. That was a great one. Aces get their first one on the year. Thank you for joining in. All right, thank you for doing this tonight.
You want these bags?